in cold blood.
Let me
guys, because these people of the opposition are trying to whip up sentiment.
Hold it,
let me make the point. Besigy was in a meeting planning to kill Museveni in cold blood. Did he subject Museveni to due process? In fact, I think Museveni is a very humane person. Why? Because Museveni could have kidnapped or abducted him from Nairobi, killed him from there, and would never have been seen. If it was me trying to kill me, I have no... Without following due process, why should I follow due process?
Hold it.
Hold a second. So you want your man to kill Museveni, and Museveni should sit.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. Today I would like to discuss something that has been happening and is going on. Let's start with Dr Kizza saga that is happening. Of course, I've seen Uganda, they are putting their arthouse of Dr Kizza Besigy has to be free, has to be released, and his condition is alarming. And we have seen how the parliament in the debate, we also have seen the discussion between Anita Among, the speaker, together with the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, with the Internal Minister of Affairs, that's David Muhoozi, and also and the Attorney General. So, of course, everyone is calling out for the release and the free of Besigy. But to me, I want to be honest with you guys, and I'm going to share what I know, and I'm going to share what I can say. Of course, and also feel free to put your comment there. One is that this is the opportunity for Bobi Wine was to prove himself that he is truly a leader that is capable of leading this nation diplomatically, but also domestically. Because you can't focus on the internal issues only and forgetting about the foreign issues. I know we have good relationship between Uganda and Kenya, but in this case, I think it was an opportunity for Bobi Wine to prove himself to the world that he was really a leader and was willing to work for the people of this country. But when I look at this response and what is happening, anyway, I'm going to dip into that later. First of all, how did all this started? And let's first of all be honest. We know that some time back ago, Besigy left the country, went abroad to USA and started moving around and so on. And then later on, he was in Kenya. And of course, the situation happened. He was picked from Kenya. But the first question I should ask ourselves, why was Besigy picked and brought back to Uganda and put under military court? Let me tell you first of all, you can never be arrested in this world if you don't have a case. That's one thing I know. I'm very careful of that. No one can arrest you when you don't have a case. You must have a case for you to be arrested. That is number one. And then, but your case has to be proven in the court of law. Now, for this one case, Besigy case, is that he was once a soldier, and we are not yet sure of exactly what happened, but he's being charged in the military court, under the court martial, which we know that General Muhoozi, who is now the Chief of Defense Force, is the supervisor of the court martial. Now, and then we also look at now the court martial has to present their case, and Besigy's lawyers, they have to come in to present their case in terms of defense and see how they could win the case. But we all know how it's operating, because how the civilian courts operate is not how the military courts operate. Now, that is something that, of course, people need to learn that. Because Besigy was once a soldier, of course, is a retired. Doesn't mean if you're a retired soldier, you can never be tried in the military court. Now, that one, I think if you read the UPDF Act very clearly and the Veterinary Act that governs them, I think there must be something very clear there that also still, even if you're a retired soldier, you still remain a soldier. In case there was an emergency in this country, he can still be called back to serve his country to protect his territory. That is still remain. So you still remain a soldier, even if when you're retired. But the question here is now the situation, the alarming situation that he's going through. But before we look at the alarming situation, whom are we going to blame? Of course, we saw the drama that he refused to eat food here and there, and of course, whoever does not eat food does not take water. What do you expect? Your body survive on food and water. So, of course, you expect body weakness and so on. And then, of course, due to your body weakness, you're losing energy and strength. Of course, you want to look nice. But I want to dip into the situation of how is the opposition handling this kind of situation. As I said earlier, this was the opportunity for Bobi Wine to prove himself as a leader, as the next leader for this country. But he has completely failed. Why? The problem now we are facing for Besigye being in the court martial, it is all goes back to Kenya. So, if Bobi Wine was the leader, this was a time Bobi Wine was supposed to put pressure on the government of Kenya under Dr. William Ruto. Okay? Because Uganda is a different sovereign state, totally independent with a different constitutions and different leaderships arrangements. Also, Kenya is a different sovereign state with a different constitution and a different leadership arrangements. But how comes that Besigye will speak from Kenya and passed via the Ugandan border and Kenya and brought to Uganda? The question is, did the Kenyan government allow it for that operation to take place? So, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Kenya supposed to answer to the people of Uganda what went wrong. Secondly, I believe that Kenya has defied the Geneva Convention under the Seeking of the Protection Act for anyone either asylum or the refugee. I believe Kenya has also went against the international law. I believe the African Union Charter has also the same thing under the Human Rights Protections Act. I believe the East African communities has the same thing of the right of protecting someone who is looking for asylums. So, when you look at all this, and then also it was supposed now to be Bobi Wine's putting pressure on Kenya's government to explain to the people of Uganda why did they allow Besigye to be arrested in such a manner. While the Kenyan people are here in Uganda, they are enjoying the freedom and the protection and the security, and some of them, we know them. Point. So Uganda is one of the peaceful nations that we even allow the refugees from other countries to come and have, imagine even to live, even buy land in this country. And that is how peaceful we are. Look at South Sudan. Okay, they are here. Look at the Eritreans. They are here. Look at the Somalis. They are here. And many other people. Mention them. And other Congolese. But then how come for us, ours only one person, Kenya government failed to protect? So this was the opportunity for Bobi Wine to prove himself. Put pressure on the AU, put pressure on the East African community leaders. We know, yes, Museveni is part of the border of the East African community, but that was going to be good to allow other head of states to also put pressure. So, to me, I will tell you, if anything happens to Besigye, I will not blame the NRM government. I won't blame anyone. The blame we will put on the government of Kenya. Still, no matter what happened here, either the court martial, whatever evidence they have, whatever they have put on, so we will not blame them. I won't blame the court martial. I won't blame the NRM government and the leadership of Museveni. I won't blame them. To me, I will blame Kenya, that Kenya has failed Uganda. Completely, that is it. It was the role of Kenya to protect. We would have not reached to all this level. When you follow the international law, it was Kenya who supposed to protect Besigye and then try into their court, but maybe see it out according to their law. How does their law explain? Then, if they find him really guilty, then they can decide to deport him back to the government of Uganda for him to be tried in the court in Uganda. You guys, this thing is very clear and simple. We don't need to beat around the bush. For ladies and gentlemen, now, I see The so-called themselves the opposition now putting pressure, telling the people of Uganda, let's go out and do chaos, or let's do and protest free Besigy. I will request you, my fellow brother and sister, the people of Uganda, don't. That is lack of leadership, period. Don't even go out. Don't even join the protest. You will be beaten. You will be arrested. And I'm telling you, just don't waste your time. Because if Bobi Wine cannot prove himself right now as a leader of this nation to protect us, first even to stand for his friend, he can't do that. And then you're telling me, he's telling you guys to go out? No, that doesn't make sense. Absolutely. We don't hate him, we love him, but we need to see leadership in him. He has never proven it. To me, I will tell you guys, and I've said it earlier some time back, the only person I see that has something capable of leading this country is Mugisha Muto. Look at his body language. Look at how he behaves. Look at how he speaks. The guy understands what he's doing. At least, even the army can even respect such a person. Have you ever seen one day, like Muhoozi talking bad against Mugisha Muto? It doesn't. Anyway, that does not mean we should throw away of course, the internal challenges and what is going on and what is happening. But above all, to me, that is where I will put my case, is that the Kenyan government is blamed concerning the Besigy case. So whatever will happen with Besigy, I don't mind much, because we still want the Kenyan government to explain to us what happened, what went wrong, okay? They were supposed to protect, okay, the people and anyone who is seeking for asylum in the country. So now, according to me, I will tell you, to my fellow Ugandan, Kenya is not safe for us. So even if you go there, you will still be arrested. So Kenya will never protect you. So maybe we should try Rwanda. Or we should try maybe South Sudan, maybe, if their war also stabilize. But at the end of the day, I will tell you, Uganda is the only country that so far within East Africa is really peaceful, that accepts refugees and protects refugees. To a point, even refugees are buying land. And it's easy to become a citizen in Uganda. Sincerely, no one, there's no any East African state. I even take it further to a part of the rest of Africa. I don't think really they have reached a level Uganda will have reached. Anyway, of course, recently I was watching NBS The Frontline. You looked at how Semuju together with Andrew Mwenda, the reactions on that moment. It was so clearly, of course, Andrew Mwenda came out and said they have the evidence, really, but we believe that the court has to make the approval if that claim that we had on the NBS is true. But at the end of the day, to me, I think Andrew Mwenda is right. I think him protecting whatever is protecting the president is right. To me, even when you look at Semuju argument, I expected him to argue maturely to say that at the end of the day, the Kenyan government has failed the people of Uganda because they failed to explain. Me, that is where I still go back in to the Kenyan government. They failed to protect one person only. What if many of the people goes to Kenya to seek asylum? They will never protect the people. So I think this is the opportunity for the African Union, the current Mr. Ali Yusuf Muhammad, please, as the new chairperson of the African Union, look into this case. And some of this African Union Charter, according to the Human Rights Protection Act, needs to be revised a bit, and to see out to amend some few things here and there, including also a challenge to East African Community head of states. They need to sit down and think. Of course, you don't just leave it just like that, because when something like that happens, we need to protect it not to happen again, for the better of the regional integrations and having good harmony within us. Yes, that is all according to me for now. And of course, in the next video, I want to dig deeper concerning the international law, and I explain furthermore about the different convention that took place within the AU charters and international law, within the Geneva Conventions, according to the Refugee Acts and asylum seekers in different states and regions, and how it's supposed to operate. So you see that it is not just about providing leadership, it's also a callings to help the region grow. So at this point, I expect whoever is under the opposition side should open their eyes and start seeing things in a different way. Ladies and gentlemen, from me to you guys, thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. I know this video is long. I hope you guys can watch it and finish it. And then, yeah, we start from there next time. See you guys, and let's be peaceful, and let's make Uganda great again. Thank you guys. I sign out.